After Death, also known as Zombie 4, is the unofficial sort of sequel to the Zombie series. If you're confused by the order, Zombie 1 is technically George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. So Zombie 2, the Lucio Fulci movie, the cult classic, that's why it's called Zombie 2. Then there's Zombie 3, the one that's hilarious. I thought that this movie might be like the third one, unintentionally hilarious. The answer is no. After Death, Zombie 4 is not. It starts off with a voodoo priest who is mad that the village has killed his son, so he's put a hex on the village. When they show up and they kill him, it unleashes a voodoo curse which causes the dead to rise because of the Book of the Dead. So they are massacred by the zombies. We cut forward to a mercenary crew and like a, I guess, a archaeology outfit, I guess, who hired them. They're trying to figure out what happened all those years ago. So they split up foolishly. The movie just is so cheap. It came out in 1989, and like I thought that Zombie 3 had bad production values, but this movie's 100 times worse in the sense that there's no cohesion to like the zombie rules. For example, none of the characters know that if you get bitten by a zombie, you turn into one. So that happens to one of their people, and they don't believe her. And then multiple characters shoot zombies in the chest and they die, but a lot of them, you know, are bad actors, so they scream and go "Ugh," like they're in an 80s action movie. But zombies are not supposed to like make human noises because they don't have pain, nerves, things like that. So that was really bad. It wasn't like unintentionally funny either. It was just like bad acting in a zombie movie where like the zombies run too fast, or they try to like, you know, football tackle you instead of biting. Sometimes even the biting isn't even up to par. This one character gets bit and she just like literally puts her lips on his neck, and then they just have like the hose. You can't see the hose, but then they just have like the blood come down, but it almost looks like she's just giving him a hickey, and it's just really like dumb. And a lot of mistakes like that, but then characters start screaming like shoot for the head, even though they've shot others in the chest and they've died, because these are voodoo zombies. But, you know, so the movie doesn't have, it breaks its own internal logic over and over, and the story's not quite there too. The group split up. They even literally find the Book of the Dead, and it's labeled Book of the Dead in like English in big letters, because, you know, they need to let people know that that's what that is. So they accidentally call back all the zombies. There's like this ridiculous action sequence. This guy runs at them and like fights them all. You know, the visual effects are pretty bad too, like really cheap looking. Sometimes zombies will have black blood. Sometimes they'll have green pus. You know, there's no consistency in this movie. It's a really cheap not zombie movie that's just trying to jump into the crave, but they don't really have craze. They don't really have the budget for it. Not that scary. Corny, bad, you know, gore effects, inconsistent writing, not much of a story. So, you know, I guess you can watch it if you just. It honestly feels like one of those movies you'd watch as like a young teen, like on TV, full of commercials and bad dubbing at like 10 o'clock at night on like a Sunday night or something. So, you know, there's no unintentionally hilarious parts. So I give After Death, Zombie 4. A 2 out of 10. I don't even know why. It should be a 0, but I'm giving it a 2 because, you know, it's silly.